The sound again. Yeah, it looks like everything's on. Run the usual little test. Sound again? Yeah, looks like basic tests looks to be successful. Okay, so today's stream a little bit more unplanned than usual, but that's fine. We're really just carrying off. Sorry, we're really just carrying on from Monday, where we're essentially just finishing off this portion of setting up the brand. So we kind of talked about the purpose and mission and all that kind of meta stuff. And the last piece I wanted to do on Monday, which I didn't get time to do, was to put a style guide together. Really simple, so probably not going to be on that long. And I kind of just run through like my experience with like using style guides. It's been a while actually. I've not done a lot of design work for a while, so this would be kind of good sort of like practice and just kind of pick it up again. But yeah, just putting a basic style guide together, get a feel of like, color scheme for the brand and stuff. So jump into Windows Share, and I was trying to find a good template. I used to use there was a sort of like a kind of a go-to template that I used to use, but I can't remember for the life of me. Sorry, just moving the camera. I can't remember for the life of me where it was and who it was with. So I've just been kind of Googling that to try and find it. But I'll tell you what, we'll kind of start from like what is a style guide. So for people who don't know what a style guide is, as far as I class it, and see if MailChimp has a good grasp on what style guides are, I expect they do. This is more, yeah, it's not what we're after. Figma, have you got a good one? Don't want any cookies. Oh, they got a funky mouse. Some good ones on here. Look at this one. This one says like 24 pages. Don't really need 24 pages for a basic style guide. If you want to kind of go into like fully in depth, then yeah, but it's a little bit overkill for what we want. We just want a. What I used to do and stuff, I used to just put a one sort of page template together and stuff of just like, you know, the basic things. So see if I can find a good HubSpot. Have you got one? Or in fact, maybe if I change it to style sheet. Minimum needed. Link to one. Yeah, these are more sort of like full style guides. What I wanted to put together was more of like a brand sort of like sheet. Let's try and find a better example of that. Page style guide. Yeah, so something like this. This is more of a what I would expect to sort of like use as a brand style guide, like a one-page template. So let's see if we can find a good. Just mentioned about logos, color palette fonts, imagery and graphics. Has anyone got a good template? Oh, that was it. I wonder if it's still called that. Web style guide. Wasn't a whole book, it was just a. No, this is a whole thing. Hold on. That's the Google's company one. Can't remember who it was. I'm sure they had a thing called Web Style Guide template. This one wasn't too bad from Cody House. Been a long time since I've been on Cody House. In fact, what are they kind of up to now? Don't seem as active anymore. CodePen would be good, but this isn't bad. Yeah, you know, we'll take this. I'll sign up. Yeah. Personal brand style guide. So, yeah, what we're going to basically going to take is this style guide template, and all we're going to do is put together just like kind of a collection of colors, simple typography, like what inline elements, like all this stuff. I'm not kind of going to fuss about like too much now and stuff because probably not going to have like a lot of form elements on the website. But we can, to be fair, we can kind of come back and update this if we sort of like choose to use it. Haven't thought about more like long-term stuff, how I'm going to like store all these, so don't need that. Hide that. Hold on, I prefer that way. Oh, you know, it's there we go. The wrong thing. Okay. Also going to change the fonts for this, and I'm not going to change any of the sort of the content and stuff. I'm just going to update the colors and whatnot. Squidge in a bit. There we go. That's a better view. So, brand style guide. So, I did come across some examples of good ones. If I can go back again. Brand style guide. Yeah, so this one. So on this blog, I thought this was a good sort of like, you know, template. you know, so you don't really kind of want to go overboard with things, and just like you just want to kind of get together just a mood board, kind of a feel of what your sort of brand is going to like look like. Note kind of like all the hexes and stuff like that. It's useful. We haven't got that in. Oh, we have got that in its template, so we'll update that. Yeah, we'll update them there. Might do something to update this template and maybe use CSS variables or something like that, or maybe JavaScript, so we can like plug in the hex code there dynamically and having to switch back and forth. But it's not really important for this thing and stuff. So so yeah, just gonna like piece it together. I'm not gonna do logos because I don't really need a logo. I'm just gonna use my face for it as much as possible. Don't really want to have like logos stamped all over the place and stuff. So first we'll talk about colors, and I already have kind of like a color palette picked out. We'll see if I live to regret this one, but I wanted to pick a so in the past, most of the time I've always kind of like gone for monochromatic styles, like color schemes, just because monochromatic's probably the easiest one to work with. It doesn't stand out a lot, but you've got you don't have a problem with clashing colors and stuff like that. It's just all in the same color segment of the the color wheel, so everything complements each other really well. There's analogous, but managing kind of multiple colors, you have to be kind of like really careful with how you're using it, and like shades matter more and stuff like that, and it's a little bit tricky to work with because you're kind of taking like different colors from slightly different spectrums, like 3 parts of the spectrum and stuff. So I wanted something that stood out a little bit more, that was more kind of, as it mentions, like complementary. So picking a main sort of like brand color and then having the opposite color to kind of offset it can create a lot of contrast for the eye and stuff. I had a look at things like split complementary, but and yeah, triadic is where I think it gets a little bit crazy. I haven't heard of square before or rectangle. This is a really good spot from on color theory from HubSpot actually. They sort of show different examples of color schemes in action, so like monochromatic, triadic. That's in a photo in nature, so nature's beauty. Analogous, stuff like that. So yeah, it's really, really good. Really good resource. So I went for complementary because I wanted to have more of that split do-eyed, and this was the color palette I came up with and stuff, like with reds and blues and kind of yellows. If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's not. I'm pretty sure I came up with this this color scheme from a photo that I found a long time ago. Now, because I sort of started this brand a long time ago. Let me try and find where that was. Marks in this. No, not that. See if I can find it 1 minute. See if it's in my history somewhere. I'm going to show you all my history though. Just trying to find it. Might have been from Unsplash. Was it from? If it was any of it was from my fiddling about with Midjourney. So I'll look back. Got a feeling I'm not gonna find it. Hmm. I'll share my screen again because I think I'm kind of along the right lines. So this color scheme I basically drew from was it's like Japan in kind of like origin. So like it was similar to this. In fact, if I get a if I delete this, duplicate this, and I got it from a picture reference. So I'm trying to. It was something in a Japanese sunset. It was a photo. It was quite incredible to see because the colours were really, really vibrant. Let's see if I can find it. So this one actually, this one looks quite familiar. Try that one. What's it? Not that one. It's a WebP, isn't it? Making a bit of a fool of myself with this one. Anyway, I can't find it now. I should be able to go back and find it at some point. But basically, it was inspired by. Ooh. Okay, that was a bit weird. Get rid of that. So it's kind of mainly inspired by yeah, not kind of coming up and stuff, but it was inspired basically from a picture like very similar to this one, and you can see how sort of like kind of generated a complementary color palette. I pretty much brought in, well, actually, I generated it from the photo and stuff, and these were the options that came up and stuff. So I put a kind of like a placeholder website together for now. Like I've got my domain and stuff. And I just like started off with like, you know, gradient. You can see the sort of like the same sort of orange and blue color scheme like working in this banner I've made for like the YouTube thing and stuff like that. So the idea behind this is just creates you know, something that's, you know, got a lot of contrast and stands out, and yeah, it's just something I want to kind of like play with and use and stuff. So I'll copy those colors into here. So good, copy. Color one is that. Color one is that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. All that. Don't need that one anymore either. This one's only got 5 colors, so I'll add color 6. One. Tweak this so it all fits in one line. That's just a kind of unfortunate thing of the being sort of such a wide thing. In fact, I might increase this page width. Main container template ID. You know, I'll leave it as that because it doesn't really matter for this. We're just kind of like building and fleshing it out and stuff. So colors. In fact, in terms of fonts, what have I got so far? What did I put in? Yeah, so you can see all the colors. I started put out a very basic structure for the website. And yeah, all I've done so far is really just put like colors together and a basic setup with Astro. So next week we'll be kind of getting into that, setting up the email newsletter and starting to build out the website like a bit more together. Check if it's still working. Yep, still good. So let's have a look. So typography, Open Sans, yeah, so it's kind of gone for Open Sans basically. But we use the link one. CSS have no reference to it. We got any tag manager, blah blah blah. Maybe it just works because Open Sans is installed on my computer. Open Sans. So let's just get a basic embedding code. Just one Open Sans. So get that font, get embed code. Yep, that'll do. So I'll just kind of give us everything. Yeah. And I think the problem is the minute nothing is talking about that, so I have to do something to spruce this up a little bit. Let me see if I can pre-print it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Be easier to edit. Check that sans serif is working. Yep. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. What I might do is I might have two CSS files if it's possible. Nope, not possible. That's fine. Yeah, in terms of fonts, I'm not super fussy about fonts at the minute. It might be something that we change. Open Sans is very like open and easy thing. It works with a lot of brands and like just works well. It's well rounded, good web font, easy to read, simple. I don't want things kind of like clashing too much. I think on my profile, probably use something very basic like Open Sans again. So I'm just going to kind of keep it as that. leave these references in because deserves it. Put the template together. In terms of font sizing and stuff, I think what we might do is when we kind of come around to building the kind of putting designs together for the structure of the website, kind of like, you know, putting page templates together, which is something I haven't done for a long time. We can start to kind of flesh out the content structure and stuff, start getting pages put together, and then seeing how our kind of like very basic brand style guide kind of like pulls in. I think we'll probably like take this and tweak it a bit more along the way. One place I like to look for sort of website structure and inspiration, which we'll come back to next time, is One Page Love. It's kind of changed over the years. It's not just like one single page things, and I don't want to go too kind of splashy with like the first outing of the website. I just want to get it to a point where it's usable and works, and then we can kind of like expand on it from there in terms of like, you know, it might be that I want to put together something more kind of exciting for like the homepage. So I'll kind of show you some of the bookmarks that I kind of like had. This was a video that I recorded last year. I might come back to it and republish it, which is about amazing websites, reaction to amazing websites. So these are really cool. What was a good one? I mean, I don't want to go in everything with like a loader and stuff. I mean, this one's probably a little bit too out of my theme and ballpark and stuff, but like, you know, so having something like this, like, you know, at least the level of like web dev kind of flashiness put into it and stuff is something we might go for, but only for the homepage, for like sort of just flexing. What was another good one? Snickerdoodle. Oh, this has changed a lot. This is not what this used to look like. Hold on. Is that one a good one? I can't remember how outlandish some of these were. Oh yeah, this one's like a bit too out there for me. So I search for Japan. Oh, I remember this website from way back. Yeah, this is a sort of level website that I think we want to kind of start out with, like, you know, keeping it very, very simple, and, you know, clean, really easy to read, just easy for people to get from A to B. Nice use of white space and photography. This is the sort of style I want to kind of go for the first iteration of the blog with the newsletter and stuff like that. Another good one is Justin Welch. Is it Welch or Welch? Yeah, it's Welsh. This is very much like an optimized, like, you know, website and stuff, like nothing flashy, but there's some like nice layout parts and stuff like that. We can kind of put together. Yeah, it's got some interesting like sections. Newsletter pages is a bit flashier. You know, you don't want it going crazy. You want to. Oh, he's got a thing for Ikigai on there. Fair enough. I told you it's what the top most successful people use as kind of like a framing. Not everybody, but a lot of people use it. Yeah, Justin Welsh has got a good website, so might be that we sort of steal a little bit from him. Might look at things like Tailwind UI. And just kind of have a look at different pages, like, different layouts and stuff. So there's like, yeah, all sorts of nice stuff. So just take inspiration from different sources. I like this one, actually. This one's quite nice. I think I'll have to play with it. I want to put something together with a sort of a switching. Ooh. Very nice. With a switching sort of like dark mode. I don't want to have anything that's kind of not dark mode. I want most people to be on dark mode, but I'm not going to force people into it. So, yeah, this was kind of a relatively short one tonight. I just wanted to kind of like finish off putting the basic brand style guide together. So you guys, if you're setting up your own brand and stuff, you probably want to put a little bit more together than I did in terms of like, fonts and color and feel and stuff. You might want to spend a bit more time in it and stuff. I've kind of got my own process in terms of like putting websites together and stuff and kind of branding. So I want to kind of like get into setting up the website and doing like creating the structure and stuff, and then using the brand style guide as kind of like a theme on top of that and stuff. So I don't want to kind of get like too nitty gritty with like trying to pick loads of fonts and size and stuff like that. Like, just trying to okay, here's my brand color scheme. And I want to kind of like build a structure for the website and stuff that can utilize that theme structure. And basically kind of have like I might even put in an old throwback to CSS Garden. If anyone remembers CSS Garden, you were able to, there was like one page back. I'll show you, like, it's still around. CSS Zen Garden. So this classic website, very, very, very underrated in terms of like showing people how much like look and feel can be changed just by one CSS file, and the HTML file stays the same. That's the whole point. But simply by changing CSS, you can get vastly different looking websites. I don't know if any of these had kind of shifted the content around a bit and stuff. I don't think so. So like if we go back, we've got the header and stuff, a link to all these different design ones, some section of content and whatnot. Yeah, you modify the style sheet any way you wish, but not the HTML. So it's quite incredible to see that people would be able to change as much as they sort of have. I'd imagine they probably used some more advanced kind of like CSS layout, things like grid and stuff like that, to be able to kind of like achieve this, because this is a lot of shifting around where the content is sort of like still in its place in terms of like hierarchically. So that's quite well done. What's this one? Look at this one. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Screen filler. Yeah. Yeah, so that was kind of it. So Blast from the Past, really good one. Probably leave it there for now. Next week's stream on Monday is going to be setting up the newsletter account for Beehive and stuff, and kind of showing you. I'm going to be completely new to it, so I'm going to set it up. You're not going to see my passwords and stuff like that, but I'm going to kind of like play with it, set it up, see what kind of scheduling it has and things like that, and how I can hook it into the Astro build. Then we set that up very, very simply. I'm going to then start putting together some kind of like rough diagrams or structures, put like kind of like a mood board together in Obsidian of different inspirations for sort of like page layouts and stuff like that, and just kind of like talk about like content architecture and like different pages and stuff. Start from very, very top in terms of like pages, what sort of structures we want and need, and then kind of look at like different page templates that we'll kind of like need for that and start piecing together. But that's kind of pretty much it. So that'll be next Monday, and hopefully after that we'll probably just have a few different streams of putting the website together. So we're just kind of coding together, doing that sort of stuff, deployment pipelines, all that kind of cool stuff, and then we'll kind of get into the more of the usual flow the channel's going to take, where I've written down this like schedule, actually, stuff I need to make a note in Obsidian about my kind of weekly schedule. Where is it? Hold on. Yeah, so the schedule of being at the Monday's live stream is a live stream of Saturday's newsletter that we send out. So it'll be kind of like deep diving into the newsletter and like going into like code examples if it's like applicable, and just talking through more of the detail of like the newsletter, and kind of we'll be making a video out of it. Tuesday is the editing of that live stream to make a full YouTube video. It's edited, that's kind of be more suited to most people's wants and tastes. That's going to be like useful for them. It's clipped from the live stream from Monday. Wednesday is going to be another stream day, stream night, where I'll be doing a mixture of say like a project series. So say like, code with me, build with me projects. I'll be doing it live, nothing off stream. Going to be doing it all on stream. So if it's learning a new language in something, or like a new framework, or just getting used to things, you'll be seeing all the stuff that I do in day to day, Googling and using, Stack Overflow, all that and stuff. I don't want to hide away from like the realism. This is how it is for devs, devs at my level anyway, or mixing up between sort of projects and then reaction streams to sort of like different content. Think prime time, Primeagen stuff. That's more for kind of like fun and things I want to do with that. Thursdays I'll be writing my newsletter and kind of getting ready for like the next week. Then my Sunday mornings is kind of like the final sort of like working time, where I'm catching up on things, browsing and replying to messages from you guys, hopefully for build up a community over time. Yeah, so that's it. That's all for this time. Yeah,